Yo, what's up, people? It's your boy, the Kryptonian, saying here, bringing you a review for One Piece chapter 446. And I love this chapter simply for the fact that when we get introduced to Dr. Hogback, one of the things that I was thinking, listening to, not listening, but reading what he was saying, is he's listening to Chopper, and it's like he's taking Chopper's words and he's using it to come up with his own lies. And that's something that Nami catches right away. Nami basically tells Chopper and Usopp while she's showering, hey, look, I don't know what's going on with this dude, but he's obviously got a connection to the zombies, otherwise he wouldn't be here. And that's exactly what Chopper had given him the ammunition to say, because Chopper says, oh, you're living here to come up with the cure for the zombie stuff. And right away he just takes it and runs with it, and this comes right after we see the panel where Dr. Hogback is looking, he's saying, but I'm right here. And I thought that that was pretty interesting. I also thought that it was really interesting that another thing that we saw is you have this one moment where he knows that they're talking about Brook, and he says, could they be talking about him? Because Usopp asks him about a skeleton man. So, taking that into consideration, it became very clear Oda was setting up some type of foreshadowing, okay? So I'm getting really, really excited, and then Nami just kind of threw it all out there. I'm like, okay, well, where's Oda going to take this? Because he has such a penchant for building up towards whatever the twist is. So what this tells me is that Thriller Bark is not going to be too long of an arc, and in a way it will make sense, because one thing I have noticed is we'll get these really long arcs, and then we'll get like a short arc that is kind of like an in-between buffer. So it looks like this is going to be one of those where it's not too long, maybe a few volumes, but not something grand and expansive. So I like what Nami was telling them, because it does show her quick wit, and it just shows that you have these three and they all kind of pull their own weight in different ways. But at the same time, the weak link out of all of this, when you take out physical strength, it's going to be Chopper. Because if Chopper would have kept his mouth shut, Dr. Hogback or whoever he is, he wouldn't have had the ammunition needed in order to kind of spin the web of lies and deceit that he actually spun. And it's very telling that in the midst of all of this, if you go back, and I say reread this scene instead of watching the anime, though I know most of you guys are anime only viewers, but one thing the manga does a really good job of is showing in the midst of all of this, it was Chopper and it was Usopp who was volunteering the most information. For the most part, Nami was watching. And that in itself shows you that she's always thinking one step ahead. And you can always take something like this and apply it in real life. You don't want to volunteer too much information when you just get into a new situation, especially when things don't seem completely right. You want to keep some of your cards close to the vest until you can discern whether or not you can trust someone. You know, you have people who will smile in your face, and then in the next breath, they'll tell all your business. And people who you think have your best intentions in heart are the same people who are working to undermine you and will purposely lead you astray. So it's something to kind of keep in mind when you watch scenes like this going forward in the future. And I will be very interested, just like I'm interested in watching Luffy's growth as a leader, I'm very interested to see how Chopper develops. Because, you know, like I said, I joke, you know, Chopper's always smoking that good shit whenever he's off panel. But at the same time, because he's so new to the world, I'm really interested to see how he adapts and how he picks up on people. Because when Dr. Hogback pushes all the right buttons, Chopper's all in. When he's like, oh, thank you, Dr. Chopper, Chopper's like, oh my God, you call me a doctor. And you can just tell, like, at that point, Chopper got his dick on hard, like Mamoru Uchiha got his dick on hard when he found Hashirama Senju's panties and got his Senju DNA. And you just look at that scene, and it just shows me that Chopper, for as far as he's come, he has so much further to go. And what was also interesting about this is you get this one scene where Nami is telling them, like, look, we're leaving after nightfall. Just play it stupid, and we're going to get out of here. And it's the right call to make, and it's another testament to the fact that I say each of the Straw Hats in their own way could take their own crew and do their own thing. Like Zoro would have a crew of swordsmen. Sanji would probably have something like Zeph had with the Barate. Luffy would have a crew just filled with everyone. I mean, he's the fucking main character, you know, like he's gonna have so many different people connected to him. So we probably see something similar to the Straw Hats. Chopper would have a crew of medics. Nami would have a cat burglar crew, and Robin would probably have like a team of archaeologists or something, or a team of espionage people. And Usopp would just have a team full of fucking liars and sharpshooters. But I love how after she comes up with this, you actually have the Invisible Man. I didn't know that he followed them there. I thought that he was still on the ship with Luffy and them. So you have the Invisible Man, and he basically pins Nami up, and it actually reminds me of a scene from a movie. I want to say there was a movie called Invisible Man, like 2001, 2002, somewhere around there. But I remember watching that scene. I wasn't quite old enough to watch it, but I really feel like Oda, it's been so long since I've seen it, but I really feel like Oda actually took parts of that movie and incorporated it here. It wasn't necessarily a horror movie, but it was one of those movies that had some horror elements in it. And you get this one scene, just like with Nami, where the chick goes from bathing to getting in the bath, and she's lathered up, and now she's just kind of soaking the muscles and relaxing. And you have the Invisible Man guy, after he injects himself with whatever the serum is, does the same thing. Pins her to the wall, but he proceeds to take it a little too far. He actually tries to rape the woman. I can't remember if he went all the way or not, but in this case, it's the shonen. This isn't some shit like Berserk, so you're not going to see something like that. But I like how he had Nami kind of pinned up, and he kept her from speaking for a while, and being quick-witted, she kicks him in the nuts, and that's when she shouts for Usopp, "You fucking idiot." She didn't say this, I'm paraphrasing, but she says, "You fucking idiot, stop checking me out." Usopp's like, "Oh, thank you, Nami. Thank you for this." It's just like, fuck you, Usopp. And the reason I'm saying that is like, obviously something was wrong. I don't think, she was completely spread eagle like that against the wall after throwing a fucking bucket at your ass saying, "Usopp, come take me." I don't think it was something like that. But, Usopp, he's a man. At one point, he's thinking with his penis. So I like that. And I like how after the fact, we get this shot of the Straw Hats, and you got Zoro, like, only an idiot would fall for going through this sign. And you have Luffy going right through the fucking sign. So I thought that was pretty nice. And I like Sanji. Sanji had the best line in this chapter, okay? And with Sanji, he sees Cerebus and he says, "Oh, look, it's Cerebus. He was probably better off in hell." That is some straight savage shit, man. And the fact that all the rest of the Straw Hats are laughing and smirking as they look at it, it's a direct contrast to how Nami and Chopper and Usopp reacted, where they took off fucking running. Whereas you got this scene here where Sanji fucking says it was probably safer in hell, and you got all of them laughing. Frankie's just like, is picking a fight with us. Like, that Cerebus is gonna get his ass royally fucked. So I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't really care for like the chick with the dinner plates. I thought it was pretty cool that she was throwing them 10 at a time at Usopp, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pause. Dr. Hogback tells her to quit, and then she continues to keep throwing until she hits 10. Thought her backstory's a little wonky, typical Oda stuff, but unless she has a bigger role going forward, I'm kind of discounting that. I just feel like that's just one of those Gaimon moments where I didn't like it when I got to it, and then when I go back and look at it again, I'm probably still not going to care for it. But overall, this is a pretty solid chapter. My chapter question to you guys is, if you were in that situation, I want you to look at it from two perspectives. If you were in that situation, where if you were Nami, would you say we need to escape after nightfall, or would you try to escape right then and there while you're supposed to be resting when you're probably not under surveillance? Or in the second question, not an or. In the second question, if you were Usopp, would you have been able to pick up on the fact that something was wrong in that bathroom? But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, share. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video, guys. Have an awesome day.